everyone, my name is Rachel Spencer. I'm a band director from Austin, Texas, and I'm on the brass faculty at the Cadets. Today, we're going to be talking about how to build your practice routine to make sure that you can be band ready. So the most important thing when you're beginning to build your practice routine is to have consistency from the start. I'm coming to you right now from my personal practice room, but if you aren't able to have a separate room for practicing, I recommend that you try to keep your space as similar as possible. I use a chair that I don't use for anything else. I just use it for trumpet playing. And when I come to my practice space, I have my stand ready with the music that I'm working on. I have my water bottle. And if I'm particularly having a tough time with time management or motivation, I make sure that when I come to my space, my horn is already out and sitting on a trumpet stand ready to go for me. Continuing with this idea of building the path of least resistance to our practicing, I like to keep a practice journal. Mine is just a simple, small little notebook here where I keep track of the things that I've been working on with fundamentals and with repertoire. I find that if I come to my practice routine after a really long day, sometimes my mind can get fuzzy and I'm not sure what I should be working on. So I use my practice journal to help me realize what I need to be working on and kind of see those consistent points in my own routine. Now, going into my personal routine itself, I like to work in categories. I have a list of several things that I like to hit every day. So I believe really strongly in the mind-body connection when playing an instrument. So before beginning, I like to do a short, simple stretch and maybe some metered breathing exercises to make sure my body is ready to play. Next, I do some mouthpiece buzzing with a drone or a piano to make sure that I'm buzzing consistently in the center of each pitch. And then I do some low lip slurs. Now, what I'm going to take you through next is what I like to call the warm-up. So this warm-up is a really good thing to do if you don't have a personal consistent routine and you want kind of an all-encompassing thing to get you started. And it works on what I call some of the most important things in trumpet playing, which is long tones, flexibility, and dexterity. So to start out, we're just going to do a descending major scale from G. So right here. Then we move up in an arpeggio. So we go from our descending major scale to an arpeggio. So 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 6. And I'm talking in scale degrees, so numbers of the scale. So, and then I like to do a little trill on top to kind of work that scale of flexibility and flow. So. Awesome. So in this routine, I like to go up in half steps so that I'm working on connecting my middle register to my low register to my high register and up into my extreme high register to make sure that I'm getting that connection without any major changes in embouchure. So next after G is A flat. So we go down our A flat major scale. A major, so. So our next one is B flat. I like to alternate depending on how my chops are feeling between doing lip slurs and using the same fingering and doing kind of a lip trill. So this is B flat. Take a listen. half steps. So the next is C sharp and then D. And we continue on basically up into the extreme upper register. I usually end this exercise by doing a descending B flat scale, starting above the staff and then going all the way up to a lip trill between high F and high G. But you kind of stop where you need to go. I found this exercise to be really helpful with increasing range as well. So yeah, you guys, that's my basic warm-up routine. To review, today we talked about how to set up our practice space. We talked about keeping a practice journal to keep track of the things we're working on. And I took you through my basic warm-up to hit some of those big skills to get you started. One last thing before we go, if you know for a fact that you're a person that needs written music to be really successful on this exercise, I will make a PDF available to you on my website, rachelspencermusic.com. Feel free to send me an email with any questions that you might have or to set up a lesson if that's something that you're interested in. Hope you're all doing well and being safe during all of this. Happy practicing.